Okay guys, so today I'm going to show you how to recharge your cold air intake filter if it's oiled. So this is a K&N recharger kit. So this is the kit with the actual oil that you drop, as you can see right there. It's not the spray kind. You get more oil in this kit, so plus this is the only one that I could find at Walmart. So to do this, you're going to need a cold air intake filter that's oiled. This will work for any filter, it doesn't have to be K&N. So over here, I have this. So we're going to take this off and then I'm going to show you how to oil it. So to take it off, it's just that one flathead screw or the socket. So let's take this off. Okay guys, now that I got the filter off the car, so it's just this flathead screwdriver. You can see right there, if it'll focus. Right there. So yeah, you just need to get a flathead screwdriver on that, or you can use a socket. I use the flathead screwdriver, it's just easier to use. And then as you can see, I have a pre-filter right here. This just slides over, better than that, but you get the idea. And it slides all the way around, and what this does is it's water repellent, and it also helps to reduce, it pre-filters the filter, that's why it's called a pre-filter. It just has a finer filter, so it like keeps more dust out of the actual filter, and it helps prolong the life of your filter before you need to re-clean it. So these last about 6 months, they recommend you replacing it. Wait for this car to go by. So these last about 6 months, and then they recommend you replace it. So every 6 months I replace this, and then I also clean and recharge my filters. So now what we're going to need to do is we're going to open this up. There's a clean, which is like a degreaser. It's going to get all this oil. This red is the oil dye. And what we're going to do is spray, let it soak, and then hose it out. So we're going to hit up here. We're going to hit the sides, and then we're going to hit all in the inside with the degreaser. And then we're going to hose it out, probably hit it again with some more degreaser, get all this red dye out, and then we're going to let it sit overnight. So let's get over to a hose, and we can start washing. Okay guys, so now I got the filter, so let's open this up. I'll show you exactly what's in here. And the instructions. So this right here, this is the cleaner. Air filter cleaner. So this is the degreaser that we're going to spray it with, and then you have your oil right here. So it's pretty simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this spray right here. We're going to spray the outside of the filter, let it soak in, and then we're going to rinse it out. Okay, so I got the cleaner. I'm going to shake it up a little bit, and then I'm just going to spray. Okay, now instructions say let it sit for 10 minutes. Just make sure that you don't let it dry. So I'm gonna let it sit for 10 minutes and then come back and we're gonna hose it out. Okay guys, so now it's been about 10 minutes. So now what we're gonna do is got the hose right here. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna pressure wash it out, or rinse it out with the hose. So make sure you have like a shower setting, something soft. You don't want to ruin it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go from the inside out, because you're going to want to wash all the dirt out. You don't want to wash it in. So we're going to go from the inside and then rinse it out. So now you can see it's significantly grayer. So it's pretty gray now. I don't know if it's going to focus or not. Let me try to zoom in a little bit, zoom out. So it's a lot grayer. So I'm going to hit it one more time with some degreaser. Okay, this has been sitting for about 10 more minutes. So now I'm going to hose it out for the second time, and then I think that's it. I don't think I'm going to hit it a third time. Okay, so here's the filter after the second time. Get it to focus. It's pretty gray. There's still hints of red that's showing up on camera, but it's a lot more gray than it was to begin with. I know this doesn't show up on camera very good. There's quite a bit of red up here, so I'm going to hit it one more time with the degreaser and let it sit this way so the degreaser pulls at the bottom to get rid of that, because other times I've been setting it like this and it's been pulling at the bottom, and that's a lot grayer. So I'm going to hit it one more time. So now it's pretty much all gray. You can see in there, it's pretty clean. And then right there, that's pretty red, but no, it's about the same. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shake it out, get all the water I can, and then I'm going to let it sit inside my house tonight to let it dry out, because you can't re-oil it until it's dry, and you don't want to put it back on your car until it's dried out and oiled. So I'm going to let it sit in the house overnight because it's warmer. California's been kind of cold out, so I don't think it'll dry overnight. So I'm going to put it in the house, and then tomorrow I'm going to come back and show you how to oil it. Okay, so instead of letting it dry overnight, it's still pretty wet. So I have this shop vac, well, not shop vac, it's a Metro vac, but it's a blower. It's not like an air compressor air. It's not going to mess up my filter, so I'm going to blow it off a little bit just to get a little bit more liquid out. Okay, so that got quite a bit of more water out than letting it air dry. So hopefully it'll air dry overnight and get all the moisture out. I will check back in with you guys tomorrow and let you know how it went. Okay guys, so the filter had time to dry overnight. It's fully dry, there's no water left. So now we can oil it. So I'm in the garage. Sorry if the lighting's bad. But so now we can go on to the oiling stage. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to shake up this oil a little bit, and then we're going to run the oil along these crowns right here. So the crowns are these like large, thicker spots, or those ridges right there. We'll focus. Yeah, so where my thumb is, we're going to run the bead of oil onto there, and it'll soak down into the filter. And then we're going to let it sit for 20 minutes, come back, see if it's fully covered. If there's any dry spots or spots that aren't dyed with the oil, we're going to hit those and let it soak in for 20 minutes. And then I'm going to let it sit overnight again and then put it back on the car tomorrow. And then go from there. So yeah, now I'm going to oil it, and then I'm going to try to get some light going so you guys can see. Okay, so now the oil filter is oiled up. So now I'm gonna let it sit for 20 minutes, come back, see if there's any dry spots, which I'm already seeing a little bit of, and then decide if I'm gonna hit it again in those areas. Hey guys, so this is the next day after I oil the filter. Let it sit overnight. It's fully dry, all the oil's absorbed, it looks good. As you can see, there's a little bit of towel I'm gonna have to clean out of there. But so now all that's left is to do is install it back on the car and then apply a new pre-filter filter. So here's the new one. Here's the old one. Of course I'm dropping everything. So as you can see, the old one's pretty tattered. The new one feels way stiffer and the material feels a lot better. So it's gonna work a lot better. So yep, now I'm just going to install it, and then that's how you clean your cold air intake with the K&N recharger kit. And yeah, there we go.